Hi guys, welcome to another Supplement Facts from Supplements.co.nz. My name's Jason and I'm the owner of Supplements.co.nz, and today we've got a very special guest, Cliff Harvey from Nuzest, and welcome, man.
Hey, brother.
Excellent. And so what we're going to run through tonight is the Nuzest products. This is a great New Zealand brand as well that I really get passionate about. I'm supporting another New Zealand company. And these guys are really like taking the aspect of like making products to the best of their ability. You know what I mean? And so the first one we're going to talk about is the Good Green Stuff. And so first of all, what kind of person should be taking the Good Green Stuff?
Would it be fair to say that everyone should take the Good Green Stuff?
No, not at all, not at all.
Basically, the approach we take is that the basis of performance is health, right? So whether you're wanting to perform as an athlete or perform as a father, a business person, a mother, whatever, you basically need to have that base of health first. Sure. And a lot of us just simply are not getting what we require from diet. So we figured the best quality multivitamin plus multi-mineral plus all those herbs and botanicals and things is going to help people to fill in those gaps in their nutrition. So basically they can perform at their best.
Cool. So I just want to pick up on a few things that you said there. The first one is I don't think a lot of people understand out there that you can use this as a multivitamin. Do you know what I mean? So this can replace your multivitamin and your multi-mineral.
Yeah.
And so I think, can you tell people like a little bit like about the ingredients in there so they can kind of like match them up to maybe with what some other products that you're taking already, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you make a really good point. A lot of people see any sort of greens as just being about the green stuff that's in it. And that's critically important because that's providing all of those, what we call like secondary nutrients, the antioxidants and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But underneath that, we have probably the best multivitamin, multi-mineral formula in the product. And unlike what is commonly done in the industry where people get a stock standard formula from a big contract manufacturer and white label it, we certainly don't do that. We basically pick out I pick out because I formulated the stuff, every line item in terms of, this particular form of vitamin B9 and this particular form of vitamin B12 because we want the absolute best form of every vitamin, every mineral in there to basically get the best effects and to be safe, we certainly want to put out the safest, most effective product we can. So in reality, you can replace pretty much, if you're taking a greens, you could take Good Green Stuff. If you're taking a multi, you could replace that with the Good Green Stuff as well. Plus, it's got a few cool little herbs in there that help the body to respond to stress and to aid digestion and things like that.
Awesome. So it's a good all-round player. You know what I mean?
It's sort of like the base for your supplementation. The way I look at it is that you have, food comes first. Eating a good diet, absolutely number one. Then on top of that, you have your general top quality multi, like Good Green Stuff, which basically fills in the gaps in that diet. Then on top of that, you can plug in the other things that might boost your performance in particular areas, like you might take your creatine there, or you might take additional magnesium if you need to sleep, or whatever.
And so I look at like a multivitamin as kind of like an insurance policy. You know what I mean? To kind of like make sure. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 17 years.
I'm sorry.
And so I do eat a lot of vegetables. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even some of the research that I've been looking at now, it's like the mineral content in vegetables aren't the same as 50 years ago because of modern farming methods and that kind of stuff. So
absolutely.
It's like I think that I read something quite recently. The American, I think it was the Nutritional Foundation or the Doctors Federation of there actually came out and now have categorically said that everyone should be taking multivitamin.
Yeah.
Did you read something or hear something?
There's a lot of things like that coming out.
Yeah.
And you do read some BS on the internet. People say you need to eat 50 times more spinach now than you did 50 years ago. And of course that's not true, but there is some really good data out of the States showing that for some things we need to eat at least twice as much as we did back then. So that's pretty compelling. If we look at you should eat 5+ a day, vegetables, fruits, berries, those types of things. If some of those are only half the potency they were back in the day, we should really be getting that up to sort of 9, 10 serves a day. And who does that?
Yeah.
I try and eat pretty well, but I certainly know that if I'm taking a good quality multi, I feel a lot better. Just that little bit of extra springiness there. And, performing just that little bit better too.
Yeah. So I'm a really big believer in greens. I just wanted to get that out there. And another thing I wanted to draw attention is like the serving size. So what is the serving size of this?
So it's a scoop. So it's a 10 gram serve.
10 gram. Yeah.
And one of the big differences there between that and say a encapsulated product is you just get more volume. So you're able to get more in there, and it's the other stuff that you're getting which really gives you that extra boost. So you've got the vitamins, you've got the minerals, but then you're able to get 10 grams of concentrated vegetable, berry, herb extracts as well. Yeah. Which you just couldn't get in a big capsule. You could, but it would be like swallowing a couple of horse pills.
Yeah, or you'd have to say maybe like 10 or 15 caps.
Well, you would get
the same, you know what I
you
mean?
need to take 15 caps.
Yeah.
15 standard caps to get the same serve. So it's a heck of a lot easier just to chuck that in a glass of water and go for it.
And as you can tell, this is live, and someone's calling us after hours.
Should we take a call?
Damn it! Yeah. Hello, caller. So just bear with us for a moment until the old arts phone picks that up. And something else that I wanted to talk about a greens product is it kind of like you said before, it's your kind of basis of everything, but also it can help like amplify everything else that you're taking. Do you think that? It's like
yeah. Well, I think one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is how bad they feel. Mm-hmm. I've been in clinical practice now for nearly 20 years. Next year will be my 20th year in clinical practice.
Congratulations, man. That's a good effort.
Cheers, man. It's been a long time. And one of the things that I notice a lot is you ask people how they feel when they come in for their first consult. And they say, out of 10, I'm about a 6, but I know I can feel better. Mm-hmm. And they come back in a couple of weeks or a month later, and you say, how are you feeling? And they say, I'm about a 7. And go, well, that's not that big an increase. But then they say, but before, there's no way I was a 6. Compared to how I feel now, I was like a 3. Yeah. Because they suddenly realise when they start to change things around, eat better, take some nutritional support, they're starting to exercise, those types of things, they then realise just how poorly they were feeling day in, day out. So I definitely think that it's not just about, this idea of supporting, that's critically important, but just by supporting yourself properly, you get a massive boost. Just feel so much more vibrant. Awesome. Yeah. And so, is there anything that you wanted to add, that we haven't covered about the good green stuff that you'd like to tell everyone out there? I think one of the things that we're really hot on is just getting out there the message that it's about that quality difference. And sometimes you're looking at two products and they look kind of the same, but we don't always realise that all those individual forms of vitamins and minerals are really important. And you want to make sure you're getting the absolute best one. Yeah. And one of those ones that's really hot at the moment is folic acid. Everyone's talking about folic acid because there's a methylated form and a non-methylated form. Mm-hmm. Methylation's the big thing in nutrition at the moment, and there's almost no products that aren't practitioner only that have methylated B9, which is the absolute best form. Yeah. And Good Green Stuff's got it.
Oh, yeah. I think just to add on to that, we get a lot of people coming in store sometimes and asking what's the cheapest. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
And I think the old saying is like you get what you pay for, and it is true. Yeah. And I think when it comes to like putting something inside of your body, it's like that's a really good question. You know what I mean? It's like, do you want the cheapest thing to put in your body? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, if you had like 10 forms of petrol, do you want the cheapest petrol that's watered down, or do you want the high octane, like top of the line? It's like and it's an investment in yourself. It's like you wouldn't like give your car watered down petrol. Why give yourself something like that?
And I get it. I mean, you're going out to buy a hairbrush. I'm probably not going to notice the difference between a cheap one and an expensive one, but if I'm putting something, like you say, in your body for health, that's the interesting thing. It's like people are doing this for health, and yet they're often scrimping on it. And that makes no sense to me. Scrimp elsewhere and put the best stuff in your body.
I agree, man. Yeah. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
That's right.
Well, we'll wrap this one up. Hopefully you'll stick around with us and watch the next one on the Clean and Lean Protein. Thanks again to Cliff for sharing some of his time with us. It's really appreciated. And yeah, man, rock and roll.
Awesome, brother. Almost missed it.
Yeah, I know.